Yeah, I'm an astrophysicist. I work at Trinity College for Science Gallery. It's interesting as a scientist to have the chance to speak at something like this, because generally we get asked to very specific type of events, but it's rare that I think you get a scientist being asked to speak at a con. I'd heard of cons before. I very nearly went to Comic-Con in San Diego many years ago, but I was working in the States at the time, working for NASA, and I couldn't get the time off to coincide. But so yeah, this is my first con, and I think I'm definitely learning more from the people here than they're learning from me, so that's exciting. Generally, when I speak at a conference or some sort of academic or scientific forum, you kind of get used to the same type of audience, but this is a very, very different audience, and I got questions that I wouldn't have even dreamed of getting in a million years. It's a wonderful experience for me, and it's definitely the reason I'd be pushing for all scientists to attend something like this, if they're invited. I mean, it's up to the scientists as well to make sure that we have something worthwhile to say at something like this, and that we're able to engage with the public and make our stories and our research interesting. I'm not sure if I accomplished that, so I guess we'll see. If there's no more scientists invited back, then we'll know that I failed. So I think for all scientists it's important to learn how to communicate their science better and to be better at it. And something like this is a wonderful opportunity to really test yourself against things like sci-fi, which is by its very nature wonderful and exciting. But if you can find a way of showing that, you know, parts of science are just as amazing as these wonderful futuristic worlds we picture. I quite liked X-Men when I was growing up, and to the point where myself and my brother maybe let it influence our lives a little bit too much. So my middle name is Xavier, and my brother's son's first name is Logan. So we've got a 10-year-old nephew called Logan. I had lunch earlier with Pendleton Ward. I was in a bar and he was there as well. He just came over and we sat down and had a chat, and I felt there was a nice point where we could kind of appreciate what the other person was doing, as well as like having no real understanding of how that person could do what they're doing. But he's also like just such a wonderful guy to talk to, and so interesting, and he's actually given more ideas about my own research than I've gotten from some academic conferences. So I think that's an interesting thing that I would never have thought about at con, where if you bring people from very, very different fields together, I mean, the potential for collaboration or cross-pollination of ideas is amazing. So yeah, that like chat with Pendleton kind of blew my mind. The general chance to get to speak to people who I might normally cross paths with and get their opinion on science and space exploration has been, yeah, it's a highlight for me, and it's been very beneficial. I think you should definitely come if they haven't been before, just even to experience it. Yeah, it's bonkers.